We okay? Hello, Gabe. Welcome. You're early. You are early. Here, let me make sure. Get everything working. That's good. We're going to turn that on, and we're going to turn that on. Yes. Okay. Things are working. Welcome, Gabe, to the live stream. Welcome, everyone. Hello. Hello, Gabe. Hopefully you can hear me all right. We're going to move this down a bit. There we go. That's our angle we're looking for. We're going to do this. Brightness up a bit so I can see myself, but we're here. My voice is a little hoarse, excuse me. Need to drink some water. But we're here. We are doing our thing. But Gabe says I ordered both Haya Kongs. I should get them in a few days. Awesome. Is that both of the New Empire versions, I assume? The one with the with the fist, and then the one with just the axe, I assume, the newest ones? Yes. Okay, cool. Nice. Awesome. But cool. But yeah, I'll do my little introduction. Welcome all to the live stream. I am Justin the Zilla, back with another week of talking toys and shooting our stuff, just doing the things, talking toys, doing things, being dudes, or whatever, or gals, or guys, or dudettes, whatever you want to be called. Cool by me, I don't care. Well, I do care, but I care about what you're doing. But yeah, nothing very much really going on. Well, personally, a lot's been going on. I've been out of town, as y'all probably saw. There was no live stream last week, and we had a simple little video showing off Ray Fillet from the Playmates TMNT line. So that was fun getting that video done. I held on to that footage for a while. It's been just sitting on my phone for a bit, but finally recorded literally the night before I had to go. So I was like, okay, gotta get this done. It was very late, but we got it done, and I had a fun time finally getting a video done. Hopefully we can get another one done sooner than later, but it's like, my voice is still kind of shot because I was at a wedding. If I'll be honest, I was at a wedding out of town. So a lot of stuff going on, big events, big stuff. I mean, I went to a museum, I went to a zoo, did all kind of stuff where I was at, and then just got right back to work. So Gabe says, I saw the black suit Spider-Man at GameStop, but it was $32. I think that's about what I got mine for. Yeah. Well, I have GameStop's their pro membership, so I actually got it for a little bit cheaper. And I think I actually did I use my because when you're a pro member, you can use like $5 off of any purchase once a month. So Gabe says I don't have $35. Well, welcome to the world, I guess. It's crazy. But those Haya figures are kind of expensive, but if that's what you got to work with, that's what you got to work with. If you want to get those and that's your price range, because those are about like 80, 60 to 80 to like 100, depending on what it is. But just doing your thing. Collecting what you can collect and what you want to spend your money on. Get this back down. I feel like this is like so far down. I also need to stand up straight so I'm not looking. Yes. Yeah, so I'm not killing my back. My back's been killing me because I've been on my feet constantly. The whole last week. Also, the hair's kind of growing. It's going there. It's taking some time, but it'll be back. And also, the beard has still been working, but this is not a bad combo. Clean Justin for a bit. Well, until we shave this, which we are probably going to do soon. It's probably time to shave this, get a fresh new look, Gabe says $50 for a good Godzilla figure is worth it. $32 for a 6-inch Spider-Boy is not. Hey, just your preference. I mean, I bought it, but I saved money because because I spent more money a year because I spend like $20 a year. I think that's what it is just for the subscription, which is not bad at all. I'm like, sure, I'll take it. Whatever. It's good. It's cool. It's a cool thing if you can spend the money on it. So yeah, but everyone has their preference. I mean, I got plenty of Spider-Mans. I got plenty of Godzillas, so it's just your preference, bro. But yeah, so not really too much else going on. Oh yeah, someone who's on the wall, who's actually a new pickup. Yeah, with the wall, update on the wall. Do have a new Godzilla. We have the NECA, what is it? The Ben Cooper Godzilla. I should really pull that up. That might be like our Halloween special. Spoilers, if anything, probably that. It'll be pretty kind of cool, but I probably want to get a couple more, including that Godzilla. But he's gonna be our Godzilla, yeah. So he's right there. He's all cool. I don't know if I can zoom in, see the boy. But there he is on the wall. I'm not going to grab him off the wall, but he's there. He's cool. I got him at Target, so nice little figure. There's the face. Zoom back out. That's a little better. Maybe we'll come back out all the way. Get the Kong one next. I probably will plan on getting that. I don't know if that's going to be out, hopefully, before the end of the year, because that would be perfect to do a pair of that, you know, as a live stream, like for our Halloween special. That would be a fun thing, doing a Godzilla and Kong. Yeah, little dudes. But for now, he's going to stay on the wall because he looks so good there. He kind of sticks out because he's so small, but he's so colorful. And I love all that packaging, too, so... Cool little line, and then also the first one of this, like of the Ben Cooper line that I've ever gotten. I think I also saw it's like they've had like a bunch of. It's already out. Well, I guess I'll have to track them down at some point, see what's out there, because I haven't seen it yet. Because distribution is kind of weird depending on where you're at, but you know, at least for me, I just haven't seen it. So, in due time. But yeah, but then yeah, so that was technically actually last week's one pickup. I don't think I got anything else. No. Only just that one. Because I was like, okay, it's here. I'm getting it. I was planning on getting it, so I got it. So, yeah, cool little figure. Hopefully we'll see in the near future. But yeah, but we'll get into the actual weekly pickups here, which we have a few of. One big one, and then two couple regular size figures, but something I've been kind of after. So first thing, we'll go for the one big one because it was the first thing that I got. Is I think this is a Target exclusive. Is the Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1988 remastered 6-pack. My Target finally had this in stock, so I picked that up. This whole 6-pack of the 4 turtles with Splinter and Shredder there, all in there, kind of original Playmates kind of coloring and kind of styling, but with that updated articulation and kind of proportions and scaling, and with the accessories and everything. So cool pickup. One probably might be next week's live stream. So I guess look forward to that. Oh yeah, and I did want to mention I do have, for when they originally released these, the Donatello, because he's my favorite turtle, personally. Out of all the rest of them, it's Donatello. So, you know, it'll be interesting. I'm probably not ever going to open this now that I have these, because I'm definitely going to be opening this and have these displayed somewhere in the collection. I don't even have space for them, but they're here. But they're here in box, looking cool, looking awesome. So yeah, mainly it's like I'm mainly just in it for the turtles, and I'm like, I got 4 turtles. Get a Splinter and get a Splinter and a Shredder to go with them. Sure, why not? I'll buy it. I don't care. I think this thing was like what? If it's like I think it was about 60, maybe 70. I don't think it was like 80. But you know, but not a bad price. If I would say about like $10 a figure, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, so $60. is my guess of what this was. I forget what it was. But, but a cool set. Nice pickup. Look forward to it probably next week. Because we'll do a late stream next week. We'll be back on schedule. And then next thing, I did go back over to my GameStop on that same day. Because I was like, well, Target's got something. GameStop's got to have something just across the street. Well, just down the actual road there. So first thing I picked up, first thing that I got there was the comic book wave ROM. Kind of a character it's like a character I'm not really familiar with, but I've seen all the hype about this. I've seen all the pictures, all the videos, all the things about this guy and how cool this figure actually is. Even though, it comes with the comic book thing, but I don't mind it. I don't mind the little comics. I like having little accessories like those, and that's because of the toy photography, I think anyways, compared to people who actually display these figures and don't really care about what else comes with it, as long as that comes with the actual accessories that make sense. But I don't mind the little comic. But yeah, and then also my first one of this actual comic line. And then since they've announced the second line, I was like, yeah, I guess I'll get one. I guess I'll finally get one. And ROM is a good start. Definitely planning on, I was planning on getting most of this wave anyways. I'm definitely going to get a Banshee and Adam Warlock and also Dakin at some point. I think Dakin is the most hard to find. I saw him once. He was gone. So I'm like, well, next time I see Dakin, I gotta get him. Because Adam Warlock and Banshee and Miles and Ultimate Iron Man are kind of all four of them are peg warmers. So that's kind of crazy to think about that. Yeah, the most of this wave is kind of peg warmers in some case. Lumix, what's up, bro? We're looking at our pickups. Got ROM. I got the turtle set, if you want to see that. But you can also go back if you want to. But we got ROM. Gonna get the rest at some point. Probably not Miles or the Ultimate Iron Man. Maybe the Ultimate Iron Man. Maybe, but the Miles just doesn't do nothing for me. But Lumix says ROM. Yes, that figure is amazing. I've seen all the deets about this. So finally getting him is nice. Yeah, so definitely, I don't know who would pair well with him. To do a live stream of these guys. Because as y'all have seen, I usually do pairs when it comes to Marvel Legends, specifically when it's these carded lines. So, I feel like Banshee and Adam Warlock kind of work, or maybe do okay. It might make more sense to do ROM and Adam Warlock because they're more classic, I guess, kind of characters, and then do Banshee and Dakin together. X-Men, mutants. I guess it makes more sense. I don't know. And then Miles, if he's on clearance, if he's down to $10, I'll get him. But and Ultimate Iron Man, kind of the same thing. It's 10, 15, maybe. But right now, I'm not in a rush to get him. Dakin, probably second top one right now for sure getting. And then Banshee and Adam Warlock, I might wait till clearance for those guys too. So we'll see. But Lumix also said I saw that second wave, and that Silver Surfer is calling to me. Most of that wave is honestly pretty good. I get the whole price thing. It makes sense. I mean, because this thing is $25. So you think it's this is gonna go up $2 or $3 more already next year. So that's crazy. And and they have pre-orders just yesterday. But Lumix says, I'm on my way for a haircut. Sadly, I like my current hair. Hey, I felt the same way. I mean, look at this hair. Look how short this is now, as y'all saw. My hair was so long before. But Megan says, hello. Hi, Megan. Welcome back to the live stream. Gabe says, cough, cough. Don't be coughing, bro. I'm almost there, but came by to say hi. Hope everything's been good, man. Yeah, it's been pretty good, Lumix. Just been busy with life. I kind of updated at the start of this. Was out of town for before a wedding. Then, did a bunch of stuff there while out of town, went to a zoo, went to an art museum, ate a lot of good food, partied, as always. Well, that's what you do at a wedding, so. And then, then immediately coming back home and working, so. It's going, and then working tomorrow, too, anyway, so. Whatever. But we're here talking toys, so look forward to more of this line. Because honestly, I don't mind the characters that they choose. Banshee is needed. Adam Warlock is needed. Dakin, for me personally, is needed. He's so cool. But Lumix says, that sounds amazing, man. Thank you, Lumix. I hope you've been doing well, too. I've been seeing, mainly, like, your stories. And you're, like, posting stuff about, like, your personal stuff. So, personally, like, for me, it's like, I don't want to invade your privacy too much, bro. But I get it. If that's what you want to post, you want to post. It's your social media. It's your platform. I just haven't really seen that many figure stuff, at least for me. I don't know. But I'm glad you're doing well, Lumix. I hope you've been doing good. Oh. All right. So yeah. Oh yeah, and then also just talking more about that second wave of these comic figures. Who was it all? They had, what's her name? Like the female, like the wolf lady. Feral? I think that's her name. Feral looks cool. I like the classic costume. She'll go with the X-Force pretty well. And then who else have they had? That new, the Silver Surfer. Pretty good. I don't mind the body that they use. I mean, it is the same body, but I'm like, it's fine. I'll get it. It looks cool. I like the new head sculpt, even with the price and having the whole, like the different kind of paint scheme. I'll kind of see in person how I feel about it, because I am happy with the Walgreens exclusive one from back in the day, because that's the one I got. But even that, it's like, I do like that new head sculpt where it's more angular. I think it kind of works kind of technically more better, at least for me. And then who else is in that wave? They had the gray suit Black Widow. That's pretty cool that they did that actual comic one. Not really something I'm really, it's like if I get it, I get it. It's not really that big of a deal, at least for me. And then, what else? Who was there? Oh yeah, they had the Astonishing X-Men Beast. That's really cool. I might just get that just on principle alone, because it just looks badass, and I love the cat face Beast. So, for me personally, it's just needed. It's just a cool looking character. And then, who else is in that wave? Who else? Because we had, and then they had, something Summers. What's her name? And hers, like, Phoenix? I think it's Phoenix. I think that's, like, her power name, or, like, Excalibur. It's like she's part of, like, Excalibur. It's, like, the all-red costume with the spikes and with the flame parts and with, like, the lines on the face. That one looks really cool. It's not, it's not really a costume that I'm really familiar with, but, it's something that we can just get at some point. It looks cool. It looks nice. And then who else am I missing? Because I had, who else? Because we had Beast, we had Phoenix, we've talked about Feral, and who else? Because there's 3 more whole characters. Did I say someone else? I can't remember if I did or not. And I'm trying to remember in my head who's there, because I can't have the information right in front of me. I could go real quick, but I don't want to pause this live stream for too much, because I'm already talking, for about 20 minutes already. Well, 19.19. Okay. Who else is in that wave? Because a lot of them were actually pretty good. Oh yeah. Then also the Silver Surfer. So got 2 more. Who's my 2 more? Can my brain work? Can my brain do the thing that it's supposed to do, which is remember recent information? But there's been so much going on. What was it? What were the last 2? It's gonna kill me. I keep wanting to say Dakin, but I know it's not Dakin, because he's in that first wave, even though I think he's on the head because I'm like, well, now I gotta go search for Dakin later. Yeah, whenever I'm able to get them. What is it? What are the last two? Okay, I gotta go over again. So Silver Surfer, Phoenix, Astonishing X-Men Beast, and then had Phoenix? I already said Phoenix. Yeah, my brain is not working right now. Okay, hold up. Can we, here, I'm gonna see if this thing will pause. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah, so the one, okay, I'm back. So, yeah, so the one, so, okay, so I had Feral, I had Phoenix, I had Beast, I had Gray Suit, Black Widow, and then it was the Black Suit, Daredevil, oh, and also the Silver Surfer. So, okay, so I had the 5. I was just missing Daredevil. But the Daredevil, pretty good. It's not really a look that I'm very familiar with, but I do like it. It definitely gives me, the Netflix Daredevil kind of vibes, and apparently it is based off of a comic version of where Daredevil looks like that, and it obviously adapted into the Netflix series later on. But that all black Daredevil, with the bandana on his face, really cool, nice, unique look. And I still don't really have a classic Daredevil. Really like an updated one, because I didn't get the 3-pack that had Daredevil and Bullseye and Elektra. I didn't get that, and then I didn't get the VHS wave, the Spider-Man, their animated series wave essentially, where that had him and Hydro Man, where he had like the shading and stuff. So I didn't get that one. I probably should have. It looks so good. And I haven't picked up the Mafex. I am debating on getting the CT toys, but I don't know what's going on with shipping from, the countries, the imports and third parties are coming from. So I'm kind of like, am I ever gonna get a CT toys? Is it over buying overseas? I've been trying to get stuff, but a lot of that stuff is overseas now. So I'm just like, well, guess I just can't have it. So yeah, that's why I've been really relying on just the mainland stuff. Mainland, what am I talking about? All right. Okay. I think that's it for rambling. Oh yeah, but then we have one more figure to still show off from the pickups. Baram's cool. But this one I think is a bit cooler, is a tiny bit cooler, is the Fantastic Four retro carded wave She-Hulk, where she is in her Fantastic Four uniform and comes with the extra dumbbells and has the alternate head with the ponytail. It has like the peace and the thumbs up thing. But she looks great. I can't wait to open this. This figure looks gorgeous. I don't even have really a classic She-Hulk in my collection. I think the only one I have is the Super Scroll wave version. Where she's all gray and has like green kind of like slashes all throughout, which they use as a base to make a regular Green Hulk. Yeah, for that, but with all the torn up clothing. And then of course, in the retro carded the Iron Man wave, they did a regular She-Hulk, but she had like the purple, and she didn't have like the actual like the gloved hands. They were kind of like wristbands. It looked like a workout, uniform, but it looked cool. I just didn't see it, and I just haven't bought it yet. But I was like, oh, this is in the flesh. It's real. This thing is real. And it looks so freaking good. I love this so much. I can't wait to get this figure open and just mess with it. But even like still, like it is still like but one of those lines where I'm kind of like, I feel bad for opening this. But I know this figure is going to look great on the shelf. It's going to look great with the Fantastic Four. She might be my main one now, or I can get a second one and then just put the other head on this one, because I might prefer the ponytail with this, but I do love like the big hair. It's all very flowing and curly. It's just perfect for She-Hulk, because she's all smiling, and then you have the more like the smirk kind of thing going on there. But she looks amazing. Gotta have She-Hulk. Strong female. Big, strong woman. Awesome figure. Can't wait. So we might do stream with her and do Invisible Storm. Sue Storm. I mean, yeah, the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm. It might stream at some point. A lot of Marvel goodies. I mean, that is what I mainly collect, is Marvel. Let's be honest, and Marvel Legends. But more specifically, but yeah, I'm having a blast just buying these figures, messing with these figures, looking at my collection, because it's kind of like, it feels top of the game right now. It's been kind of like, it's like I gotta see, but it's like, but even having like the new, like, okay, because I redid my MCU shelf recently, and I don't have everything in there just yet. It's like I got mostly all that I need on the shelf, but I did get I finally did get the Fantastic Four crew in there, so like the whole movie figures. So I have all the four in their uniforms, like beside the Avengers, and then I also have the Flame Dawn, the Human Torch, and also the Silver Surfer, but from that same wave, kind of in their own area, that I'm looking at right now, and but that Flame Dawn, the Human Torch, but Johnny Storm, perfect. It's so good. It looks amazing. It looks even better, in my opinion, than how he does in the film, where he's like fully flamed on. It's like he looks pretty good in the movie, and it's kind of realistic. It looks good, but from what I was looking for, I was like, they could have done way more fire. Make them like all red, have more kind of details of what I'm thinking of. But he was still good in the movie. I loved his character. I loved Johnny Storm. So fun. Loved all four of the four. The four. The Fantastic Four. Doing the thing. I forget what the song is that goes with that. It's not like, no. That's freaking Sans Undertale. What the heck is that song? I don't remember. But cool Fantastic Four stuff. So yeah. Looking forward to this. Looking forward to that. And especially looking forward to this. See this next week. I can't freaking wait. More turtles? What? What are you gonna do? It's more turtles. Look at this. This is so freaking badass. Even though it's a lot of freaking cash, but it's there. It's cool. It's so cool. Okay. About 28 minutes in and counting. Well, counting up, not counting down. Okay. So yeah, about 28 minutes in. So I think we'll finally get into the figure that we'll be looking at. So switch our camera over and get on going. There we are. We'll get that. Here we'll get you more lined up. Looking cool. There's our emo Peter Parker. Our Marvel Legends. All right. So here he is. Black suit Spider-Man, or as they just have him on here, just Spider-Man. Nothing that says anything about the symbiote, or does it just be in a black suit? They're just like, it's just Spider-Man. It's another Spider-Man. Take another Spider-Man. And I'm like, all right, I guess I will. It's right here. But yeah, so really kind of like they're more like their modern kind of packaging of what they've been doing recently. When it comes to Legends, instead of having the whole like the fold up thing that they've been doing for a while, it's just a more basic kind of rectangular shape here. But as we can see on the front, it does have a little tab up here, but on the top has that symbiote Spider-Man logo. And I'm gonna keep calling it either Black Suit or Symbiote Spider-Man because that's what it is. I mean, here's the figure with all the stuff. Has the Venom and has all the hands, which is nice to finally have for the Spider-Man, but not for the regular. Sorry. And then has the heads, has the Marvel Legends, has the Spider-Man name there in the all black. Warning label, choking hazard for small parts. Has the Spider-Man 3 logo, classic logo there, and even has like that kind of like that texture, kind of hexagonal thing. Has the 4 Plus Hasbro logo. On this side, have a badass, nice promo art used for the movie. Looks so good. I love this suit so much with the black, and then Marvel Legends, and then this whole design kind of wraps around. Well, it doesn't really wrap around; it just ends there. But then at the top there, you have, the Marvel Legends series. You have some more kind of like paneling or kind of like shapes going on there. And then with your Spider-Man kind of thing, oh, is it supposed to be like the costume? So this is like the blue, and then it goes to black, and then you have the symbiote Spider-Man with another cool little close-up there. So does that do the same here? He has like the blue on the back, but it's not really anything. And then with the rain, all dramatic. But it has like the suit that has all the black, so pretty cool. And then the black on top. And then at the bottom, first, nothing very much there. There's the price. If you care for it, it's about 32 bucks. Yeah, which is kind of crazy. But, I guess they'll do what they do. On average, it's going to be 27. So this is like decent, I guess. But then you have some pretty decent, just some basic, just promo images of the figure. And even showing off the different options that you have there. They do look like digital renders. Maybe this one looks like the actual one, but this one is definitely a digital render from what I can see. And then does have a little bio there of Spider-Man. His mind infected by the thoughts of an alien symbiote and his strength enhanced by the creature that clings to him. Spider-Man feels an uncharacteristic rage taking him over. As true. That's kind of what goes on in the film. And then has the attention, includes figures, 6 accessories, and warning, more things, Marvel, Hasbro. Let's get this open. Well, so we do bring our camera down. Get on here. Get our trusty X-Acto blade. You can see there. Oh, has the safety thing. Kind of technically want that on all the time, but not in this instance. And we'll just go from the bottom. Simple enough. Keep it easy. Now we shall remove our X-Acto blade. Alrighty. Cool. Alrighty. You go, and of course have your typical Hasbro paper, which can go to the nether realm. Get this out, and then it does actually have a nice insert. Oh, has that kind of like that crazy warped kind of city thing. It's kind of like a fisheye lens kind of thing over there, and then just has a giant web with a bunch of lines and just textures and details going on there on the print. So pretty cool, not too bad. There's our empty box. Here is our Spider-Man. Get this a little more centered. There we go. Excuse me for picking up my camera, but there he is. Looking pretty cool. Looking pretty nice. Might want to... Oh, okay. Okay, I do kind of want to get him closer, but I'm trying to angle it. Let's see more, but there he is in all his plastic glory with all his things going on here, but we'll just get it all out. We'll first get out our hands, and we'll just go over all the accessories all at once, just to kind of get it going. But there's our pair of hands going on here. Pretty nice. One has the, if we can get some thing on there. There we go. As you can see, it has kind of like the hands are kind of like, or like a little bit more kind of like splayed down. So it's kind of like more of like the wall crawling, like, yeah, the more like traditional, yeah, kind of wall crawling kind of thing that goes on there. Yeah, with a more claw and then a more open hand there, but you can see that they're all black with some silver kind of lining as it was in the movie. Yeah, with the lining details still being silver and not just white. Because even in the regular Spider-Man costume, it was like silver. So it just kind of works that you get all the line details, or it's just not just all black as well. And then for our other set of hands, have the whip hands, a pair of those, of course, classic with the same kind of paint scheme going on with the all black, but then with the silver lines going on there. Can this focus at all on this? It would be nice if it could. But I'd rather not. There we kind of go. That's something, but there they are. Oh, nice. I'm just trying to get this focus to work. Oh, we already dropped a hand, but that's fine. We have retrieved. Okay. Still, nice set of hands. And actually, nice to finally have the full, the wall crawling hands, because we did not get that last time. Or did we even have a set of thwip hands even before? Well, we just have just a full set. I'll just say that. At least for me, it's like, yeah, this is my first time having the full set. And then parts that are just regular. Spider-Man, we got his mask, the same head sculpt that they have used before. Can I just zoom in? Maybe that'll make it work a bit. But yeah, but still not really perfect. Still kind of, it's like, it's just kind of like, it's where it's, I think it's just where like the eyes are positioned. Like they're just a little too down, or even like his face just looks kind of lumpy. It's just not perfect. Like it's fine. It works okay, but it's just not what I think of when I think of this Spider-Man. But it's like, I do like the eye details. I don't know if those are different at all, but it looks exactly the same. It doesn't look any different compared to the first one that we got, I don't think, before, but we'll see it in our comparisons. But still pretty good, to have the mask there. I mean, that's needed. And then our last accessory, and probably our most fun kind of thing, and most kind of like unique thing, Distracted, cool name, says, I personally bought the figure a little while ago and I was not happy with it. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. So, yeah, it sucks that it didn't meet your expectations. Yeah, was it just kind of like just poor quality, or you were just kind of like just overall just disappointed by it? Like you were just like, this isn't what this isn't what I was expecting or really needed. Maybe expecting more kind of updates or stuff going on. And there could have been more, but I get what they're doing. That mess head was horrible. Yeah, it's not the greatest. Kind of easily I would say probably like the, like it's definitely like a last. It's like sculpt-wise compared to like the other like two companies that have done this Spider-Man head sculpt. But like in certain angles, this angle isn't too bad. I don't know if that's just my hand kind of covering it. I'm trying to not cover it as much as I can with also getting this focus. But just by itself, like that looks okay, but we'll see on the body. It's always a difference there. But our coolest accessory, I think, is this little wraparound Venom piece. Very kind of gooey. It has like these crazy kind of like teeth around. It could use a little bit like a wash to make it look a little bit cooler, but I do like having the eyes there. I like the teeth. I don't know how accurate this really is to the movie. Maybe it is in some case, but I think it looks cool though. It's a nice little thing there that that you can work with. So pretty cool, pretty nice. Then of course we're gonna finally get out the actual figure. Of course, it's legs first, as we do here. Well, unless the arms don't want to go either, so everything's kind of held in there. That goes away. Get this Tobey Maguire Spider-Man in our midst. Figure out what's going on, make him look good. Now that I'm thinking, do I got any? Hold up, let me check something. That might work. I don't know. Okay. Hold up, sorry, I'm trying to think of something. Okay. I don't think I have anything really in the collection. Okay. Sorry, I'm just kind of spitballing, trying to think of what I'm... Okay. All right, let's show the figure. So here he is. Oh, a little short for the camera. There we go. There's our black suit Spider-Man as he is out of the packaging here with the added on kind of, as it's deemed, the Tobey Maguire kind of head sculpt there. So where I don't know if this is the same head sculpt on there. I wouldn't be surprised if they reused it, but if they kind of like touched it up a bit to make like the whole kind of like the the style of the face to look more younger, but it does kind of look younger, but a little bit kind of like weird in between with this head sculpt. But but of course has the full on like the black, kind of like side swept hair, kind of like that emo look, I guess you would call there, and as they call the Tobey Maguire look there. But we will, just for the rest of the review, mainly have him with his regular mask sculpt on there, because we just, okay, it's like, for me personally, I just kind of want him in like the full get up here, even when we do our articulation as well. Do that. There's those. All right. So there he is. All his plasticky look here. And I do gotta say, it's like the head sculpt, it does look okay. At this angle specifically. This one is like, that one is like decent. I feel like the black kind of like does a lot to kind of hide the problems a little bit more. I don't know if that makes sense, or I guess for some it still kind of highlights, but it's like I do kind of see it is a bit kind of like it's still weird. It's still like a weird shape. It's not perfect. So definitely got to get some custom heads at some point of this guy, but he still looks pretty decent. I think he'll work for now. I mean, that's what I've just been doing. With my regular one. Well, I've been doing different things. With my regular Marvel Legends Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. But I think this one looks pretty good. Also, I think I'll turn down my lights a bit too, give it a bit going on there. Oh yeah, I gotta get my lights over here. What am I doing? Even was thinking, do you want to try to go for more dramatic? Do a kind of like that bluer tone. Even thinking like that. No. Just something to think about. But yeah, cool little figure. I think he is pretty neat. So yeah, just love like this whole sculpt that's going on. It's like the sculpt is actually pretty great. It's like how they do the actual. If I can get this thing to focus at all, can I get? Sorry, trying to get all those details. Yeah, there we go. Do we get any updated chats? Oh, and thank y'all for whoever gave the like. I appreciate it. But yeah, but there's our little chest emblem there with that. Yeah, that more like that, I guess, evil spider where it's kind of more pointed inwards instead of outwards on the body. And then, of course, on the whole body there, you have all your black base there, and then with all your lines kind of like there, all kind of like silver painted on there. So very good and pretty clean. There's not really, I'm noticing really not that many blemishes. It might be like a little light on the paint, but I don't know. And then he does feel a little bit stiff, but still works. Has nice detailing there on the actual body with all like that, of all like that bumpy kind of texture, and then it's still throughout, and then has the parts that still don't have the webs underneath there, and then goes down to the legs. Nice texture there. Oh, and also all pinless too, so that's always a bonus. And then it has the same kind of boots there, but in that black and silver lining detail. But it just looks so good. It just looks so good in this, like in this black. Like in this full on, like this black and silver kind of look for the costume, specifically like as the symbiote. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty nice. So yeah, what do you want to do next? I guess we'll go over the articulation. I do kind of want to move this in a bit and move this in a bit. Just to not have it so dang bright. We'll change up these lights. More of a better, I guess, kind of realistic tone for what's actually going on here. Is that a good tone? How will we do? Maybe we'll go a little darker where it's like this kind of tone. Oh no, but it looks pretty cool. I do like it in this kind of sense here. Just look-wise, it looks pretty good, but still that head sculpt is a little bit. Okay, but then for articulation, well, that is a bit stiff on there. Kind of have to hold down the neck because the neck is a separate piece. As you can see there is a seam there. But you do have a ball with a rod that goes into a ball into the neck. And with that, you can look up about that far. It's okay. It's not a whole lot. It's kind of like they sculpted his head to kind of still be looking a little bit up, but even though his head's kind of downward, it doesn't really work too much. But then down is not too bad. And then side to side, pretty good. Have rotation there. Have a whole thing going on there. He's like, Spider-Man, I'm Spider-Man. I'm gonna beat you up. I'm very violent. Okay. And then at the actual torso here, we have the butterfly joint. It is a little stiff on this one. Gonna have to kind of get it, but it goes forward about that far, goes back about that far. So not a whole lot. I bet you can probably do a mod to it. Maybe there's something out there because it's not probably too hard to mod these, but they don't have a lot of range there. But then at the shoulders, at the shoulders, as you saw, they do hinge up about that far. They do rotate, float around, and then they bicep swivel, double jointed, pinless elbow. Pretty good there. And then at the fist, have rotation and hinge in and out. Very nice there. And I think that is the same for all the rest of the hands. It is. It is very nice. Very cool. So yeah. Pretty good there at the arms. And then at the torso, you do have a mid-waist kind of cut there. So you can kind of crunch forward with just that. About that far. Try not to use the ab, but crunch back about that far. Oh, I also didn't even talk about the back. Has the full-on spider there as well. Kind of a little bit more sloppy in the paint. And it's kind of weird that technically the head is still going inside there. Like you see that it is the head part. But it's just like, okay, it's a little awkward. But it kind of works better there, I guess. Or even like just, I don't know. Kind of like just full on there, I guess. It's like their best intentions, but it's all right. Still pretty good, but breaks up. Oh yeah, and then also like the whole like the belt thing too, and all that webbing details. Very nice. And then all that patterning back there. Sorry, I'm rambling. But at the side, go there, go there. That's crazy. And then you can also kind of rotate. Just kind of get stuck. So you don't, I don't think want to push it too much, but you can get about halfway. So that's not bad at all, even though like it does break up that sculpt, but you know, you can make it work if you want. You can just make it easy. Like, look at that. Like, that's great. And then at the abs, you do have a crunch there. So altogether, you get about that far and that far, which is insane for a Spider-Man, if I'll be honest. And then still nothing really much there. I guess you can just do, which is still pretty agile for supposed to be a older Spider-Man, technically, even with this old mold here. So he's not kind of as ripped as he was, I guess. But then at the legs, yeah, nothing there. Else at the torso, I don't think you have a drop down joint, but you do have a pretty stiff leg there. So it goes forward about that far, kind of kicks out a bit. I don't think you have a drop down. Like maybe like a slight, but maybe that's just the actual piece in there. I don't know. But then at the thigh, have a rotation there. Have a double jointed elbow. Knee. Excuse me, that's the elbow. This is the elbow. That's the knee. The knee. Just about that far, can almost kick his own butt. And then doesn't have any boot swivel, but does have a foot hinge. So goes forward that far, goes back about that far. Does have a ankle rocker pivot, which, of course, as we know, in my opinion, I think Hasbro does the best ones. It's very smooth. It's very tight usually, but kind of have to crack them in to make them work, but they're good. They're usually pretty solid, except for some of the female figures. As always, or a lot of the guys with with weird pointed feet, like Mr. Jameson back there. His feet are very flimsy. Stop doing the suited guys bad. Stop using that old piece. Make them stand, please. You've made new stuff that can work. Oh, I use the old stuff. But anyways, there's our black suit Spider-Man there, looking pretty sick. I guess we can do... Okay, we're going to do both of the splayed hands, because we can get I think the more flat one is the one that we didn't get before in the set. So it's nice to have that, so we'll do him with those. Maybe we'll do... Who will have him? Yo! Hey, Darknator. Welcome to the live stream. I'm trying to do a dramatic pose with our Spider-Man. Looking pretty cool. Look at those guys. They're pretty good. I like your figures. Thank you. I do have an abundance, and you can only see like about like I would say like not even like yeah, this is probably like 10% that you're seeing, or probably, well, 10. I'm saying like 5%. What am I saying? You're not seeing anything right now of the whole shebang. But there's our symbiote Spider-Man. If this thing freaking work, bro, looking pretty cool. Head sculpt is not your, yeah, the head sculpt is still not perfect, and you can kind of tell, but it looks all right. Looks pretty good. See ya. See ya, Darkinator. See you. I do see you. You see the figure. You see me. But we're going to put on the hands. Looking pretty good. We'll try a more action-oriented pose. Try to get all his stuff working. Do his articulation, make it more cool. I guess he did just kind of like just he did kind of like just stand there and whip, so the whip. And he does have a vented leg, so this kind of make it a little bit difficult to stand up, but especially since I have a more, it's like I don't have a full solid surface. It's more of like a slick one because it is wood, so as you can see. But there he is. Looking pretty cool with those hands. Looking like Spider-Man going thwip, 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 thwip. I kind of wish he did come with the whip effects. I think that they were still just white, even when they were like Venom. But you know, still pretty cool. But we will switch out our head, and I guess as it's intended with the emo hair, but I guess it kind of does make sense that it would be the emo hair. But we will put on his added on effect if I can do it with the Venom thing, which I think goes on that side. Yes, which goes on this side. Now wraps around him, and then you put the head on. Then you have the whole, here we'll switch out at least this hand, and then do a fist with this one. We'll switch that back in a bit. We're the symbiote. Kind of like he's like pulling it off or fighting it. It's kind of like trying to get it off of him. It's kind of like, oh, get this off of me. Get this awful alien thing off of me. This sucks. It's trying to eat me, literally. So cool, but I do want to try doing a head swap with the No Way Home. I'll just call it that, with the No Way Home Sam Raimi Spider-Man, well, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Gonna do his unmasked head. It's kind of a tight fit, but he definitely looks older. I think he has a bit of kind of some stubble, has like those more kind of, I guess, I don't know, I guess kind of like tired eyes or calmer eyes. It just doesn't look perfect, but I think it works okay. Kind of like at this angle specifically. But that's not too bad. Where he's like, yeah, I am Venom. And then he's Venom. Because he's like and like the mouth like comes over and takes over and he's Venom. But it doesn't happen. Because it's always Eddie Brock, of course. Oh, usually. Unless the story dictates not. But in any case, fun little thing. Nice way to display this figure. Kind of even thinking I could do, we might try a head swap too in a moment here. On the regular head with the Peter Parker body. Just try out the Tobey Maguire one on that, just for a test. And see how that looks. We're gonna switch out do a whip hand. Do we want to do? Well, we're definitely gonna do the open left hand because that's a new hand. Oh, we could do him. Okay. Literally a bully. Just standing there. Like, yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on you. I can't wait to beat you up. Okay. There we go. Just trying to get this hand in this other hand. Kind of like gravity is like, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, whoa. I think it can happen. You're just not letting me do it. But there he is. Mo's just kind of like just standing there. He can just be like brooding. He's like, oh, the power. Power of the symbiote. It does kind of look better just when like it's looking down, to be honest. I think it's just when it's like looking straight forward or up. It's like, ugh. Okay, we're gonna make this up. There. I'll scooch this. There. And we will get out our Peter Parker Spider-Man, who's just on the shelf, who has the, like that spider sense kind of effect going on there. But we do want to try switching his head out, because it does work, just to show off. It does work pretty well for the older Tobey Maguire, because of course this is basically just what he wore, essentially, in that movie. Maybe move the head a little further up so it's not so kind of top heavy. Kind of works. Works all right, not too bad, but we'll see, just for fun, see how Bully Maguire looks on this guy. Feels like it actually sits better. Actually fits better on the body. But still kind of weird. Still like, it's not perfect. Especially, yeah, for Bully Maguire. I mean, he needs, he needs the whole, like, the black suit and everything. So I got to figure out what to do for that. Got to look around in the massive collection that I have, because I probably have a full black suited body somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if I got one at some point, or if I have one. We'll see. But yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Put our Peter Parker back. There we go. He's right there now. Move this. Spider-Man. Trying to get him. He just looks so awkward. His eyes just aren't lined up correctly. He just look kind of weird, so definitely at some point gotta get another one. Get this butterfly joint going out more. I think it'll look better that way. Sideways is just like, I guess it's better, but just don't feel right. I guess just like that. Just do like a, it's like, I'm a tough guy. I'm big tough. Elbow goes up all the way. I don't know what I'm doing, bro. Okay, we're gonna scooch this. Right here. Scooch you down. Okay. Okay. There we go. So there's our black suit Spider-Man. Looking pretty cool. We're going to zoom out just a bit. Get a more full view of our figure even. I guess even go further out if we want, because I do want to get this full figure in frame. There he is. Did not want to go that far. Just give me a bit. Excuse me. Okay. That's pretty good. Not too bad. But there he is. The lighting kind of just doesn't match up now, but there they are. Looking pretty cool. Looking pretty neat. Not too shabby. Do we want to do... Here, hold on. I'll be right back. Okay. How does this look? It looks a bit better. All right. There's our symbiote Spider-Man. Even if we do this? No, because that's still got that. Okay. All right. Well, there's our black suited Spider-Man. Overall, not a bad figure personally. I'll have to really just get my hands on it to get a full feel for it, but honestly, it's like just based on alone, I do like the accessories that we get here. I do like finally having the full set of hands, but in any case, that should have how it should have been anyways, especially with the original kind of, well, not original, one more classic costume based off of Spider-Man No Way Home, which is pretty close to the original. So nice to finally have a full set, especially with this costume, because I do like this black costume. And I feel like it's like, yeah, you can really do this maybe once or twice, this version specifically. You just got to redo the heads. And I think you could maybe do, is there like a beat up Sam Raimi black suit Spider-Man? Or I guess not. I guess it would be just more of like a regular beat up Peter Parker, like a beat up Spider-Man that you would do. But you know, but doing another black suit and maybe having different accessories, like different head sculpt or even like effect part would be nice, just to have something different there. But yeah, overall pretty nice. Not the best figure in the world. Head sculpts really are the main thing, like the head sculpt, like the mask one, like it's okay, like yeah, like in person, like yeah, like it works more, I think, in person, because you kind of like yeah, like you're far away, yeah, like yeah, you're not looking that far at the figure, and it still looks like them, but it's just like they're yeah, yeah, I can tell that there's just something off, and especially on camera, it doesn't look entirely that accurate to what we really see in the movie, but it's just the same thing that they've been using. So maybe next time that they do these, that they'll yeah, update their sculpts, or you know, or just do like yeah, how everyone else does, which is get third party sets there. So, but yeah, still pretty nice, pretty cool. But I think we'll get on to our comparisons. Finally get on to that, so we'll clear out our table here of our accessories, and we'll get to our first couple of figures that are going to accompany this guy. I think he is going to be, we'll have him kind of just standing there. He is not fully on kilter. His leg is kind of giving out a bit. Oh, there is a drop down. It's just very, very stiff. What the heck? Yeah, you need to heat up this figure for sure. Okay. Okay, bud. You need to, yeah, you need to straighten up. You need to look decent. I just want him looking angry, but he just looks neutral. He doesn't look as mad as he usually is in that film. Because that mask is like, yeah, those edges get sharp, and yeah, and he gets pissed. He gets really mad. Even in the costume, like you can tell, it's like, yeah, this guy's pissed off. He is not having a good time. He is going through it. Peter is not. He is just concentrating. Or, you know, or sometimes how the suit will like wake him up. Or it'll be like, hey, it's like, I fought all this crime for you. And then you're like, what the heck? Bro. Don't be doing that. That's not cool. I'm literally sleeping. All right. So our first comparison, of course, is gonna be with our No Way Home Spider-Man, which uses the same body. Of course, I have him more crouched up there, but you can see, of course, the major difference in the colors. But mainly all the sculpts are all the same there, especially with the heads. But I feel kind of like with yeah, with the No Way Home, like it kind of can work a bit better. It's still not great. It's not a great head sculpt, but I think with the black, it's kind of, I think it actually is looking kind of worse with the black one on. So definitely need, yeah, I definitely need to change that out and get a brand new one. But I'll get both of them now. I got the excuse now. Yeah, that I needed. Yeah, that I need two. Instead of just one, I gotta get a pair, I guess. But then, speaking of pairs, we got the other half of the symbiote for Venom. that we do see. And this is kind of I think this is one of the original kind of toys that came of this figure. I think it is, yeah, because this is Hasbro in 2007. So I guess this is like soon after Toy Biz lost the license, or this is kind of like an early Hasbro kind of, not really Legends, but a Spider-Man 3 movie figure. I guess you would maybe count it as Legends, but... And then that's the whole thing with that, is that it doesn't really stand that well, because its feet are very dangly and have the little ball thing going on there with the feet, so it's kind of... Well, and also might be a bootleg, because I did just get this off of eBay. But, and honestly, it feels great. Like, yeah, for a 2007 figure, it's like, I was like, actually kind of like impressed. Because I'm like, oh, this looks even better than how he did in the movie. Because this guy is huge. He's not really like just Spider-Man size, because that's what he felt like. He felt like just another Peter Parker, like maybe a little bit bigger dude, but he just had a scary head that was kind of too small. That just didn't work. But this one, it's kind of like, I guess, like their own interpretation. They didn't have to be like completely accurate, but still had to have a Venom in there, and probably just using like concept art, which Hasbro, of course, always does. Because, you know, they got to get it out at the same time as the movie. So yeah, so they were probably like, well, you go with the one that looks like Venom. And then they're like, nah, no Venom. No, it's not going to look like Venom. Yeah, what do you mean? Man, yeah, they really did him dirty in that third one. All because Sony just wanted, yeah, they were like, oh, well, we want Venom. And Sam Raimi was like, bro, I already got Sandman lined up. And then we'll do the Vulture, the fourth movie. Venom can be like later. And he did also like the idea of Venom, but he just couldn't get it to work. He's like, yeah, Venom makes sense. It's kind of a cool look there, and have Spider-Man in the black suit, so tell that story. But he still wanted to get Sandman in there. Well, he originally was going to do Sandman, and then they're like, no, we want Venom. And you're like, okay, but I still want to do Sandman. And they're like, well, Venom. He's like, all right, but I still get Sandman. And they're like, oh, there we go. They kind of reset on me. Kind of recenter what's going on here. But these look so good. These look so good next to this figure. This is such a good kind of like an evolution. Like, you start here. You start at your Spider-Man here. Your good old Spider-Man. Oh, and also, I did want to do... I forgot about this. I can't believe I forgot to get this up. This guy's probably covered in dust. He has not been messed with for a while. But we'll get this kind of pairing up, because I do kind of want to do all my Sam Raimi kind of like direct characters. But here, we'll do this later. Here. Okay. Actually, now that I remember one other thing, we'll do another one. Where's the freaking dude? Oh, okay. Oh, hold up. Yeah, I'm just remembering, that all that I have in my Spider-Man collection, because I forget I have this much, and I'm like, oh yeah, I do have these figures. All right, we'll move these guys, but they look great. Definitely need probably a newer, like a movie Venom, but I feel like he kind of works. He's kind of clunky. He's kind of goofy, but it looks good. Ooh, okay. Then to keep on with the specifically Sam Raimi kind of stuff going on. First, we have the SH Figuarts. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man from No Way Home. Of course, as you saw, he has a tendency to kick himself forward. But looks pretty good. And then also have, is this a... Okay, so this is 2000. Okay, so it must be. Huh. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is the one of the 2008, I believe, Toy Biz Sam Raimi Spider-Mans. I think that this is from either the first or second one, because this is the Magnet one, which I believe is more kind of rare. He is missing one. Sorry. I guess, yeah, I guess over 20 years of existing and being in my childhood playbox is kind of a little bit gonna wear and tear, but he's pretty good condition. I would say all throughout it being, yeah, from 2003, probably a bit dirty, but, and a bit gangly, but this is what an old Toy Biz figure looks like. You can really see like, yeah, like how much, yeah, like details they really put into it, but how kind of like their, I guess more like their limitations of their interpretation of that sculpting, and kind of like how they did their proportions, and especially with the ball hips, they're just not good. Like they do feel like action figure-y. Like I don't really mind them that much because yeah, because I just kind of like don't mind that with the toys. I don't like this though. Don't like these weird flaps that the Figure Arts figures have. They just all look weird and crotchety, but everything else, like from yeah, from like waist up, like it looks perfect. Like it looks great, but head sculpts are still not on point with this Figure Arts. I think the Mafex is closest, but even still third parties figures are kind of winning in this sense. So yeah. So maybe Figure Arts will do a black suit version of theirs, but honestly, at this point, I kind of just want Mafex to just kind of keep doing their thing, because I think it would be better. Yeah, because their Tobey Maguire Spider-Man looks better, and then even their Andrew Garfield looks pretty good, so I can't complain about. But then, speaking of other Spider-Mans, we will show off a comparison with the Andrew Garfield, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 version, the updated one that was a part of the No Way Home wave. And then, of course, the Final Swing suit that we're going to kind of have a different version of a more, actually, I think, even more classic kind of look here with this Final Swing suit. I kind of want to zoom in just a bit. These guys kind of closer together. Oh, we're not probably that close. I hope we're that far. But there they are, looking pretty cool. Of course, Tom is the shortest of the three. I think Andrew is for sure the tallest. And then, yeah, and then Tobey is just, he's there. He's in the middle. He's your mid guy. But these look cool. Would be actually kind of neat to see these in, yeah, like in black variants. I bet there's already been customs, or, with speculations like, well, is Tom Holland gonna go symbiote? Because they didn't make it there with, with this one, but it would have been cool. And I guess apparently he didn't do that, or at least that universe version. But but I love this Final Swing. Peter, can't wait for that new one. It's probably gonna look so good. It's gonna look so freaking good. And I hope we get a figure of it. Of course we're gonna get a figure of it. What? Hasbro not doing a Spider-Man, doing a new Spider-Man? Stupid. Never do that. It's not like that they have the latest one with the Final Swing. And it's pretty good. I like it. All right, then we're gonna keep doing our more kind of Sam Raimi, yeah, kind of like characters. Yeah, more specifically, kind of like older figures that I have that are based off of, yeah, this universe. And then we're going to go on to still other comparisons. But first off, we will compare Black Suit Spider-Man with our J. Jonah Jameson. This is also, I think, from the original toy line from, what is it, 2003? 2002, so yeah, so this is the very first one. I got a bug in my room. Think I got him. No, he's still buzzing. Bug. Got him. Sorry if that was loud, but I got the bug. Just buzzing around. All right. But here is our 2002 J. Jonah Jameson with the flat top, of course. Kind of big, but I guess it kind of makes sense. I think J.K. Simmons is probably taller than Tobey Maguire, but I don't know just how accurate it is. I think that this is probably more closer with scale because we have a No Way Home J. Jonah Jameson. Still kind of tall. I think it still works. Are these guys kind of, yeah, they're kind of the same height, minus the hair, but I think that that's where his head would be, so that kind of works. What the hey? 6 inches still, I guess 6 inch. Even though they're probably more proportioned. But you can kind of, yeah, but you can see the evolution of what's going on here. Of course, this is not a Marvel Legends. This is a kind of like a, I would say, you're more like your gimmick thing. Because he comes with the desk and everything that he slams. I got it in box. Well, I purchased it in box. The actual card, the actual back card was not very well kept. And that's why I didn't keep it. That's why I got it for a good price. But the new Jameson, still pretty good. Would like to see what he may look like in this new one. He might just look the same. Kind of want him to have the flat top back at some point, but, you know, it makes sense that he's bald and he just has just a mustache, so. Looks pretty good. Looks great. Even with this new Spider-Man. And then, for our last kind of like our major kind of like villains, that go with the Sam Raimi, universe specifically, and then we'll go on to other versions of this black suit and symbiotes. But first, we'll get out the No Way Home Sandman, was also, of course, from this same kind of universe here. Or at least a version. Technically, but, you know, who's counting? There's just too much going on with the multiverse stuff, and I think they're finally done with that. But he looks pretty good. I love the whole sand kind of thing going on here, but it would be nice, you know, to get a regular version, kind of like the comic one, because I did want to get him out, because he hasn't really made an appearance on any of my content, like at all, but he looks amazing. So it would be nice to get Flint Marco, this version, in this kind of form. You could use like the same arms, maybe have different arms. Well, you would have different legs, arms, and torso. And maybe even head, but you could do, you know, your plug-on pieces like you do with this one. But you can probably do more, so it would be cool. It would be really nice. But yeah, really, really cool. Really sweet. Need to get a full-on original Sandman. But it looks so good together. Like, they're such like a perfect pairing. Okay. All right, so now we're going to get on to our comparisons with other black suit Spider-Mans. Keep on going there. It's already been, what, an hour and 30 minutes? We are perfectly on time. We are winning today, boys. All right. There is our Secret Wars black suit Spider-Man. Yeah, a little bit shorter, a little bit more stockier, kind of does give the same kind of vibes as this one, kind of body type. But then you have, this is the, the retro carded version, but with actually, but one of these, but with the alternate head from, from this Secret Wars black suit Spider-Man, where it has the kind of like the narrow eyes, because I kind of like it. I think it looks good on this body, even though I do like the original head that this one came with, because this was the retro version, which was kind of based off of the animated, but not like perfectly. But still pretty good. Well, this was on the, is this the Renew Your Vows? No, this was, okay, yeah, this was just their new, the retro wave Spider-Man body on that book. But this new one is so good. And then these all look so great together. A little cool pairing. It's like I would kind of want to see a version of even getting a spectacular like a Spider-Man figure would be nice, but getting a black suit version that has like the lines on there would be so good, because I actually do like the lines on the black suit. But the all black still looks iconic, still great, still amazing, and really blows out the camera. They don't really look as perfect as they should, but they look great. All right, so now moving on with our symbiotes. Wanted to do at least this one comparison. I think I'll have them go with, or do we want to do? Maybe we'll do this and this. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna do a couple other Venoms. That I have in the collection. Just my main two. That I really have out. Where we have the solo movie Venom. This is the first movie version, for Marvel Legends. I don't have the other versions, and I do not have the Carnage. Then here is the 3-pack Venom. Over here. And they all look pretty sweet. If I do say so. Well, I think that this Venom does kind of complement this Spider-Man a little bit more perfectly. I do like the whole design and look of it, but I probably would get the Venom 2 one if I saw it again. I don't think I've actually ever seen it in person, but it still looks like a cool figure. It looks great with this Spider-Man, maybe a little bit kind of glossy. Not really kind of like matte, but with that shiny kind of like suit texture. But still not bad. And then you have your regular, kind of like your classic comic Venom. But I have the original Venom from back when Hasbro was really getting going on the Marvel Legends with Venom, with their older body, with like the Hyperion mold, I think it was. But this is their new Venom body, but he has like the little tendrils there from the 3-pack. So yeah, cool little things. I do actually want to see how this Venom looks with this other one, just to see. Just to get this as a picture history, because look at that. Look at the evolution, even like in like toys. Like this is supposed to be technically, movie accurate, and this is like even like pre-production, I guess technically, but this looks so good. Or even like way afterwards, I think. Spider-Man. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Spider-Man. Okay. Venom just gets to go away. I'm taking the whole damn thing with me. Okay. Excuse me. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. The lord. Okay. Get out of here. We are Venom. We are Tom Hardy. I can't believe that they got to 3 movies for that. Andrew Garfield deserved better, bro. But even then, we were just like, we're not, no. We're over. This is so bad. And Venom 3 was even worse. How did they get worse? They just don't care. Okay. So next, for other kind of Venom variants, do have the old, I don't have the new, Marvel Legends Agent Venom. This is the Walgreens exclusive version all the way back then. Super old. But then we do have Mania. Kind of like, I kind of deem her, I guess his kind of sidekick, because as I saw from an old, like a Glenn Webb video where he did a custom Mania, he did kind of call her, like as Agent Venom's kind of like his specific sidekick. And that's why I kind of connect with it. Does this need to move like this far? Okay. This thing is so, excuse me. My camera, like, it looks so wrong, at least to me. I hate how this looks. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse the technical difficulties as I try to get my shot back. Okay. There we go. That's how I want it. Okay. So yeah, so they look all right. I think he's definitely more outdated. She looks good, though. She looks great. It is weird that she has like these little purple accents. I don't really think about that, but if it's accurate, I get it. But she looks really cool, and she looks great. And I have her with the claw hands, because you gotta. But definitely need to pick up the updated Agent Venom at some point, even though it's not perfect, but still pretty good. I might get like the CT Toys one that they got there. That's the based off of the amazing Yamaguchi figure. So that looks great. So yeah, maybe at some point. And then our last 2 comparisons, kind of just doing basic kind of like comparisons with a couple other like symbiotes. Not really doing the more unique ones, doing the ones that are just kind of more basically known with Venom. Of course, have Carnage, who looks amazing there and kind of actually has that more sculpted detail. So that's kind of why I chose this one, because I think it's more there of what I'm looking for. But then this one, a little bit more based on like realistic, and I don't think this is a Marvel Legends, because this was a 2006. Well, maybe, well, this might have just been, is this Hasbro? No, this is Toy Biz, okay. But this figure, a very old figure, literally like nearly 10 years old now, and some of these are even older than that. But this is the Toy Biz Toxin figure back from like, what, 2006? The feats, what's it say? 2003. Oh my. No, it's 2006. Sorry. I just read it. Yeah, I doubted. Yeah. Yeah, my site that much. I doubted my own information that I just read on the figure. Yeah, but 2006 Toxin, kind of more specific on like that art style of the figure. Great sculpt. Crazy sculpt. Super, super weird, but kind of like just how they did their articulation with the hips, and then kind of like the very ball, kind of like shoulder parts there, and they kind of stick out so much. Like, this guy is humongous, but great head sculpt. I love this. But would definitely love to see Hasbro kind of do a more, I guess, kind of like subdued Toxin. I do like the more like Spider-Man looking Toxin. He's a little bit more basic. But I do like the monster type ones, but it would be nice to get a more basic, because we already have a monster Toxin. And that's the Eddie Brock one, so we don't even have the original guy as a figure since that original one. So yeah, pretty good set of figures. We're going to get kind of our Spider-Man centered here. We're going to get this over there. We're going to get Spider-Man. We're going to leave Venom last. But we will get our get the Andrew Garfield, because we'll have our Hasbro guys. Going on there. Then we'll grab our different other Spider-Mans here. Just a lot of Spider-Mans at the front if they want to stand. See, even like the Hasbros can kind of stand better than Figuarts half the time. Sorry. I just gotta complain about Figuarts whenever I can, I guess. But they're pretty good still. There's our Toy Biz, which is very, also not very great with standing, but he is missing a whole magnet piece. So he is a bit off balance. But there he is. Then we'll get in, what on that side? We'll get one more Spider-Man, I guess. We can do a regular black suit. Do our newest one. And they all fall down. Like dominoes. It's always that. It's always the one. Always the last finishing touch on the pick. And it's like, no. But at least that these guys didn't fall off. Whole table and just fell on each other like dominoes. Be careful now. Get this bit closer. There we are. Figuarts, and then, oh God. Excuse me. I just slapped the crap out of my camera. All right. So I'm trying to reach around. Grab this freaking thing. Okay. Just stay. Don't move. But look at them. They look so good together. Move my camera up just a bit. Because then we'll get in our other different versions. I guess I'll get another symbiote spider can sit back there. Final thing. Do we got another Spider-Man we want to put over there? No, we're good. We'll put... Okay, so main Venom is going to be on the front. Other Venom going to be by the symbiotes. You can kind of sit back there. Other symbiotes, I guess we can do Toxin back there. He can sit in the way back because he shouldn't be moving at all. Get Carnage in there too. Does kind of cover up Bro a bit, but we can make that work. That's a bit better. Just a hint of Carnage. Just that head just peeking out there looking cool. Then we'll get the girl over there. Do more Agent Venom here. Probably cover her up. Sorry. We gotta fit what we can fit. Regular Venom. Over here, Comic Venom. He just covers up all that. He's freaking huge. And then for our kind of more other stuff. Well, first, I guess we want to put Venom up in here now because he's up there. There, we're going to put his arms to the side. Can I do like the full on? His knees kind of give out. Well, his legs kind of give out a bit. Okay, okay. Come on, Venom. Be a bro. Be a pro and be a bro. All right, we're just gonna do him more neutral because he's just taking up too much space. Sorry. I just had to have him to like just be there, please. You just be there. You look so good. And we'll get in our Sandman. Get in our Jameson, because I think this is going to be technically more accurate to have in the front. And we'll get another Jameson here, back. Scooch him in there. And we'll get just our comic Sandman back here. We'll have him in the foreground here. Or do this here. That was almost bad again. You scooting here, get you. And that Jonah, decent there. He looks all right. Kind of want to get the pointer in there, but if it don't fit, it don't fit. There we go. Okay. That's our dude. Oh, don't ruin it all, please. Oh, okay. Oh, took out most of it. Toxin. I don't mean it, but you still fall. There goes Gwen. There goes Manic. There goes everything. As always, I always push it too far. I'm a perfectionist, what can I say? But there they are. There you are. You, Jameson, have to just stay there. You're okay here. No one sees you anyways. We do want to see you, though. Venoms, please. Oh my. Toxin, you're just gonna have to... you're gonna have to sit in the back, bud. We're not even gonna be able to, like, see you, even though I want to have you back there. Okay. But Venom here. Carnage coming back up here. I'm gonna redo this again. All right. Alrighty. That's Spider-Man there. Okay. Other Spider-Man here. Hopefully working. Decently as I can. All right. Yeah, well, I guess we're gonna be right at our 2-hour mark. I thought we would be able to a little bit more, maybe a few more minutes, but I still want to be a perfectionist and then ruin this whole setup again because I'm insane. But there it all is. At least for now. Looking pretty decent. Looking pretty good. I think we can move Carnage up a bit more. Just to kind of have a more filled out thing going on here. Why are you falling now? Because your foot is not flat now. Even though you were like just perfect before. Now you're like, no, I don't wanna. No more working. Go, then we have our extra movie Venom. Looks pretty good there. So yeah, pretty nice. We're gonna move you. We're gonna move this gal, this guy. Okay. All right. I think we're gonna call this stream good. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. Be sure to like this video, comment what you want to see on the channel. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for the 3 people who already liked here during the live stream. Appreciate it. Actually, see who our top fans were, just for fun. First one, yeah, number 1 was Distracted. RN. Well, right now, who got 50 XP points? Got Gabe. Number 2 who got 50, and Megan who got 25 XP, which is cool. But Gabe and Distracted are on the same board anyways. But thank y'all for the likes. Thank you for the comments. Be sure, if you want to see anything specifically on the channel, have any questions, or want to see me review stuff, do more videos, I'll definitely still keep doing shorts. Everything here on the figure. So yeah. Oh yeah, and also be sure to subscribe. My goal is to maybe try to get to 500 by the end of the year. Looks like looks like we're gonna get to 300. So that's cool. So that's very nice. So yeah, thank y'all for the support. Be sure to check out the Instagram, and also check out the latest review video from last week. Ray Foley. It's pretty neat. It's a pretty neat little vintage style toy. So yeah, really fun. But hope y'all have enjoyed. And I'll see y'all next week. Goodbye. Who's this? Rank being. Keep at it, man. Hope you make it to infinity. Aw. Well, I appreciate it, sir. Or ma'am. Whomever. Rank being. Well, thank you for the support. I'll see y'all in the next stream. Goodbye.